Bershi. I am an RN and I'm also a Ruby ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. So today I wanted to talk to you for just a little bit about your gut health. It's really important to me because I suffered for over 10 years with IBS and diverticulitis, horrible bloating, constipation, diarrhea, all those great things that accompany an irritable bowel. So one of the things that I wanted you to be aware of, if you're not already, is that the ideal ratio of good to bad bacteria in our gut should be about 85% good to about 15% bad bacteria. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. But the good bacteria actually does some wonderful things. In fact, there's more than 30 beneficial pharmacological actions that bacteria actually help us with. It's an antibacterial, anti-infective, antioxidant, anti-allergenic, antiviral, antidepressive, antifungal. It's also cardioprotective. So there's some really great things that the bacteria that actually share our body do. They're essential. Probiotics are absolutely essential for optimal food digestion and the absorption of nutrients. They help your body produce vitamins, they absorb minerals, and they aid in the elimination of toxins. One of the key things right there. We definitely want to get those toxins out of our body. Some of the ailments that can affect gut flora can affect, we have celiac disease, we have leaky gut syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome, insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, eczema, acne, remember, skin issues equal gut issues, high cholesterol, hypertension, just the common cold, influenza, pneumonia, liver diseases like cirrhosis and cancer. And so, you know, one of the things that we have to remember are some of the environmental factors and some of the things, the lifestyle things that we do can really affect our gut health. And that is our intake of sugar and fructose. It's also refined grains, processed foods. We definitely live on way too many processed foods. And antibiotic intake. Don't just think the antibiotics that your doctor prescribes for you, but think about the antibiotics that are now given to our livestock just with the food that we eat. And again, those processed foods. Chlorinated and fluorinated water. Sure, for those of you that are extremely health conscious, you're reading about the chlorinated and fluorinated water. Fluoridated water, excuse me. Antibacterial soaps, agricultural chemicals and pesticides that we know are in our foods that we eat, and also just the pollution. Those are all environmental and lifestyle things that affect our gut health. So how do you know if your gut health has been affected and if there's might be something wrong? Well, if you're experiencing a lot of gas and bloating, maybe to the point of extreme discomfort, constipation or diarrhea to the point of maybe you go from one extreme to the other. You may deal with one more chronically than the other, but they definitely can fluctuate. Fatigue, nausea, headaches, sugar cravings, and cravings for just refined carb foods. Those are some indications. And so one of the things that we also have to remember is that our gut is literally our second brain. And the reason for this is because it's the exact same type of tissue as your brain. During fetal development, it turns into the central nervous system and the enteric nervous system. And so these two systems are connected via the vagus nerve. So there you're going to have a lot of, you know, working in tandem. One affects the other. And so this is why your intestinal health can profoundly affect your mental health and vice versa. So that's the thing we have to remember. I know that I suffered from depression during the time that I was so sick. And on top of being 200 pounds and obese and having, you know, IBS, diverticulitis, having a gut imbalance, that was also affecting my brain and the headaches and, you know, my mood. And so that's one of the things to just be aware of, that it affects more than just your gut. It can affect your brain as well. And so eating sugar, it actually, you know, this bad stuff, it kind of craves sugar. It's kind of what really gets it growing, and the yeast and the fungus inside our body just really can overwhelm our system. And so it looks like today that the research is really indicating that probiotics may be even more important than a multivitamin in your life. And everybody, you know, is taking a multivitamin. So maybe everybody needs to be taking a probiotic as well. And, you know, they think that the true importance for probiotics in your health is actually going to be right up there along with vitamin D, the importance of vitamin D in your life. So what are some of the things that I think are really cool? Well, since I've been on my Plexus products and I became an ambassador because I was so passionate about it, I started taking this amazing thing called ProBio 5. And of course, the word probiotic is in there. And I've got this great, healthy, good bacteria that's going to help get my gut regulated with the good bacteria. But it also has this thing, these great enzymes in it. And there's one here called chitosanase. And chitosanase is actually this amazing enzyme that helps break down the outer cell structure of fungus and yeast. And so it can actually get to the outer layer of the yeast and it breaks it down. And so what's going to happen is it's very effective and efficient in destroying that the inner workings of that yeast and that fungus to actually get at the heart of the matter there. And so not only do you have the great probiotics that are actually replacing and help you getting that great 85-15% ratio again, but you're also helping to destroy the bad stuff that's already in there. So that's just kind of my little health takeaway today. This literally changed my life by helping reestablish my gut health and by helping my body be able to balance itself out. I've lost over 60 pounds. I have my life back. I just can't say enough good things about it. So if you're struggling and you know somebody that has ProBio 5, with that great antifungal in there, please get a hold of them. If you don't have anybody that you know of, you can contact me. Thank you and have a wonderful day.